What up, guys? Today I'm doing a review of Shear Revival's Pomade Crystal Lake. I'm very excited about this one. I've been hearing a lot of good things, so let's get right into it. At first, I got a package here. Alright, we got some stuff. I got a receipt. We got a sticker. Some bubble wrap here. More bubble wrap. Alright. So it's kind of a preview here. I'm also going to be reviewing Music or Misery as well. But we'll leave that for another time. So go ahead and clear all this stuff out. Alrighty. So we got Shear Revival's Crystal Lake Water-Based Pomade. Let's take a look a little bit closer at the design of it and see how that looks. Let's take a closer look here at the jar itself. And right off the bat, I can already tell that they do have attention to detail. Right from the space they give out in the label, it's not overcrowded at all, to the simple font and graphics they use. It really is working well for them. The other thing as well is that, as many of you know, Crystal Lake is a reference to Friday the 13th, which is a nod to that, which they do a lot in all their products. They usually do a pop culture or movie reference on that. And in this case, it doesn't seem forced at all, since the vibe that they're trying to shoot for is this earthy or natural vibe, which so far, even the name kind of plays to that. The other thing as well is that if you're looking at the ingredients, you actually see things that you might actually recognize, like grapeseed oil, vegetable wax. You at least understand what these things are, which a lot of different types of pomades you really can't. Even something like vitamin E, which is usually found in skincare products. So at least they're really trying to shoot for somewhat of a healthy appearance on here. But the design itself and the jar, it's really working in their favor. The pomade itself is like an off-white eggshell color, very waxy. It's like a hard toothpaste if you try to compare it to that. The scent is like a citrus scent. The closest thing it reminds me of is somewhat of like lemon cake. That's the closest thing that I can compare it to. And I'm excited to see what this actually, or how this performs, because all this is going to be in vain if the product does not do what it's supposed to. So I'm excited to try this out and see the results. So, going down the list, application, super easy, super simple, is what you would expect. Only thing is, if I was really being picky, the first layer is a little bit tough to get out. What you normally do is just push against the outside of the jar. Do not use your nails, because that's kind of gross. But other than that, the actual application on your hair is really easy. Next is the hold. The hold is what I would consider a light medium hold, basically barely crossing the border into medium. Normally that would be a disappointment for me. I'll explain a little bit later why it's not, but we'll just go down. Next thing is weight. The weight is very light. The scent is a 10 and the shine is low. Later on throughout the day, hours, and it almost becomes a matte. I would just still consider it low shine. Now, what are my thoughts on that? And this is what I meant, that normally the hold would be a disappointment for me. But what this pomade has going for it is the balance of it. The way I thought about it was, let's say you go playing Madden or FIFA or any game that you have to choose a player or a team, and you look at one that has great speed, the other one has great power, and then there's one that has
a little bit of everything. That's pretty good. And that's what this pomade is. And the fact that it's very balanced and it's pretty good at everything really elevates this to a better experience. Even though the hold is not what I would want from a pomade personally on a daily basis, the hold is just enough, and then the lightweight quality elevates the hold the next notch up. You can compare that my hair with the beginning of the video. I had similar hold but a heavier pomade, and my hair would just drop down. And this does not do that. The other benefit is that this does not dry up like a lot of standard water-based pomades. They dry up. Basically, you can't restyle your hair throughout the day. This you can. In my case, I would just restyle with my hand whenever I would lose some of the volume, and it does give you a lot more of a natural textured look. And again, that's the perfect balance in my taste, because it gives you the perfect amount of hold, just enough so that your hair's not flopping all over the place, and you still have a somewhat natural look later on in the day where, it becomes a little bit more texture and you can just kind of get some volume out of it. So overall, that's really what makes the pomade great. It's very well balanced, and then the smell stays with you all day. That's what I love about it. That's one of the biggest selling factors for me with this pomade, is the scent and aroma it gives out throughout the day. Anytime you run your hand through it, it reactivates the smell, and it's always a pleasant surprise. With that said, I will be reordering it. I will be adding it to my rotation of pomades. So those are my thoughts on Crystal Lake. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but my name is George, and I will be doing these reviews on a weekly basis. Please like the video, subscribe so you can continue seeing this content. Have you tried Crystal Lake? And if so, I would be interested in reading your comments. So that's it, guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.